Are you too old to start making art? Yikes. Let's talk about it. I could reasonably assume that if you are asking this question, you are probably my age or older. However, a lot of what I've heard from the professionals in the field is that this question frequently comes from people in their late teens and early 20s, young artists who feel like they're already too late to the game. This idea is a little startling to me, but I get it, I understand. So as we take a look at this question, we're going to look at those two different factions, the younger folk and the people that are a little bit more close to my age. So if you are 25 or younger and you are asking yourself this question, the answer is a resounding no. It is not too late. You are not too old to get in and make art. Are there going to be people that are ahead of you? Are there going to be people that are better? Yeah, but that's always the case, regardless of whatever it is that you're getting into. Learning to make art is a journey, and a dang long one. Most people bail before they actually get far enough in the journey to see any results from what they're doing. But if you stick to it, if you commit, you will see wonderful things down the line. Especially if you enjoy making art. It doesn't matter how old or young you are. If it brings you happiness and joy, then it is the right time for you to get into it. Speaking of time, however, it does take a lot of this in order to reach proficiency. A lot of professional artists talk about it taking about 5 to 10 years to achieve proficiency in art. Now, the difficult part with numbers like that, and why I am hesitant to throw them out, even though being a spreadsheet-loving person like I am, I want them, is that those numbers don't have anything to do with how much time daily are you focusing. Are you taking classes? Are you working by yourself or with other people? Where are you in life? Are you 18 and your parents have given you $30,000 a year to just sit in the basement and learn art? Or are you 45 and you have 3 kids and you're trying to learn art after dealing with them at the exhausting end of the day? All of these factors and these variables make it very difficult to come up with a finite term as far as how long it's going to take for you to reach proficiency. The reality is likely it's going to be several years if you're starting from scratch, but this shouldn't be alarming. If you were starting to play an instrument from scratch, learning a sport from scratch, it is going to take some time. Now, if you are starting basketball for the first time, but you played baseball, you're going to have some skills that transfer. Whereas if you're starting drawing, yes, your writing skills will transfer, but that's about it. You're going to have to learn how to see the world through artistic eyes, and that takes a long time. Now to the people who are a little bit more akin to my age or older, thank you for your patience, and hello. If you, like me, have already ran into your 30s, you understand how valuable time is, but you likely also understand how valuable it is to have downtime, things that you focus on for you and you alone that bring you joy and happiness. In that capacity, art is a wonderful thing to put your time and your effort into. At this stage in life, you might be able to take a little bit more of an analytical perspective to sit there and go, yeah, I'm fine if it takes 3 to 5 years for me to reach the level of proficiency that I want. I'm enjoying it in the meantime. When I was young, it was really difficult to think about a trip that we had planned 6 months down the road. That felt like an eternity. Now, at 37, I don't really stress about planning a vacation 1 or 2 years out. Perspective changes as you get older. If you have a desire to learn to make art, even if you are in your 70s, give it a go. You never know where it's going to take you. You never have any idea what kinds of things you might unlock, what potential has been sitting there boiling just beneath the surface for years. It is never too late to start drawing, painting, sculpting, working with ceramics. These things are fundamental human actions, and so if you find that you have the desire, then you are not too old to learn how to make art. Art brings joy both to the creator and to the people around you. If you have the desire to give it a go, I would highly encourage you to try, and to try different things. There are so many different mediums now that there's got to be one that fits you if you have that desire, that need to create. I am closing in on 40, and I find that the older I get, the more I have this gravitational pull towards artistic creations. I am finally falling back in love with the same things that I was so enamored with in my youth, in my teen years, or even my early 20s. I am curious and I never want to stop learning new things. I hope when I'm 70, I'm still studying towards new endeavors, and maybe finally I can wrap my head around ceramics instead of bailing halfway through and throwing the pots into the walls. Well, as always, thank you for listening. I hope this little Monday ramble was a good one for you. You are not too old to make art, regardless of where you are on that spectrum. I know that the pressures from the outside world, especially what we can see on social media constantly, can make us feel like we are behind, that we'll never catch up. And you know what? Maybe that's true, but it doesn't really matter. Why do you need to catch up with that one particular person? For most of us, art making is about the joy, about the fun, about the need to create things. But even if you want to get into the professional workforce, you will never know unless you give it a try. Well, have a good one, y'all. See you soon.